control over the national finance. All right. You can say it is the financial function of the parliament as well. All right. And whenever we talk about this particular function, we talk about budget. You know, the Union Parliament can only make the budget for the ensuing year. All right. That starts from 1st of April of the previous year and continue till the 31st March of the present year. This is called the ensuing year. All right. The budget is made and that is called the budgetary years. All right. Now this budget is what? Budget is the income and expenditure of the government. All right. Now the budget session is held separately in the parliament, you know. All right. You know, there are two sessions already, that is monsoon and winter session, when the laws and policies are made in the parliament. But in addition to that, budget session is also there, and the budget is made during the budget session itself. So you see, as I told you, the budget is the income and expenditure of the country. Now, not a single naya paise can be raised in form of taxes, nor a single naya paise be shown as expenditure, or not a single naya paise be spent without by the government without the prior approval of the government. I reiterate it that no money can be spent or raised, all right, by the government, all right, without the prior approval of the parliament. So parliament has got full control over the budget, all right. But the union, but it is also empowered to vote a cut motion. That means it may, in the parliament, a cut motion can be raised and the allotted money to the various departments can be slashed to some extent. That is also there. That is what is called the cut motion. It is one of the parliamentary procedure. All right. So that's all in the control over the control on the national finance or over the national finance. Next we are going to read is control over the government. And of course, the cut motion. Now, the next point is the next power of the parliament is the control over the government. First of all, you know, the government, that is the executive body of the government, that is the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers, can be controlled by the parliament. Parliament has got that authority to control this executive body, that is the ministerial bench of the government of India. All right. Now, how does it control? First of all, let me tell you one thing, that in accordance with the law of the constitution, the government is always, the ministers are always responsible to the parliament. All right. That means they are individually responsible, the ministers are individually responsible for their own departments and collectively, at the same time, collectively responsible for the entire ministry, the entire council of ministers, for the act of any kind of omission and commission. All right. Now, how does the parliament control the executive body or the ministerial bench? All right. For that, you see, we have question hour in the parliament. Usually, the session of the parliament begins with the question hour. It is the first hour of the parliament, where questions are raised by the members of parliament to the ministers. All right. As you know, the different ministers are brought in the parliament to face the parliament itself. All right. Now, what happens, as I told you, that the parliament is entitled to raise question to the ministers. All right. As you know, the speaker makes the agenda for the ministers to face the house on different days. All right. Now, during the question hour, the parliament can ask question to the ministers. But the practical thing is that it is only the opposition who raise question to the ministers. All right. In order to trap the government, in order to trap the minister, they can even put supplementary question just to trap the minister. And by doing so, in a nutshell, you must know that the ministers are controlled by the parliament, particularly by the opposition leaders. All right. And that is why they are very careful in their job. All right. Next is adjournment motion. What is adjournment motion? The word adjournment motion in Hindi is known as Kam Roko Prastav. All right. Through adjournment motion, what happens? The immediate attention of the government is drawn on some matter, say a railway accident, all right, or an air crash, or say the non-payment of pension to the retired people, or say a lathi charge or a peaceful procession. All right, it may be any damn thing. Okay, what I mean to say, I just gave you some example to make you understand that these are the reasons where adjournment motion can be drawn. See, a railway accident has occurred. A railway accident has taken place. But you see, the railway minister is not bothered. All right. The dead bodies have, suppose after the accident, the dead bodies have not been extricated, the injured people have not been timely sent to the nearby hospitals, and the best of treatment is not given, or the compensation has not been announced, all right, for the dead. So, this is at this juncture that in the parliament the adjournment motion is placed, and by doing so the attention of the government is drawn towards that railway accident. All right. And this gives enough room by the government to the opposition for their criticism. The government is criticized heavily that the government is not bothering their job, in simple language. All right. It is called Kam Roko Prastav. Means suppose any debate or discussion is going on in the parliament, so suddenly some of the opposition leader may raise their hand and can table adjournment motion just to draw the attention of the government towards a particular matter. All right, this is adjournment motion. All right, next is the no confidence motion. All right. See, as I told you, that the ministers, that is the executive body, is responsible to the parliament. All right. In accordance with the parliamentary form of government, they enjoy their office till they enjoy the confidence of the parliament, particularly Lok Sabha. All right. Now what happens that if the government is not working properly, then what happens? The opposition leaders may table no confidence motion. In Hindi it is called Avishwas Prastav. They have lost their faith in the government, and therefore they can table the no confidence motion. All right. But let me tell you, no confidence motion can be placed by the opposition leader, but it is not that easy to pass. Actually, what happens is, if the government loses its own confidence, in order to form the government, a party or a coalition of parties need minimum 50% plus one majority. See, any party needs 50% plus one majority to form the government. All right. So when the ruling party loses this majority, it is in the language of civics called confidence. It is called the lack of confidence. So when they lose this confidence, they have to resign forthwith. All right. Practically, no confidence motion is not passed because it requires 2/3 majority to have the Lok Sabha. All right. So practically creating a 2/3 majority against the ongoing government, which already has 50% plus one majority, is mathematically not possible. All right. So if the government loses due to the lack of confidence. But no confidence motion is a very big weapon in the hands of the opposition leaders to criticize their ruling party. Actually, what happens whenever this kind of motions are tabled against the government in the parliament, it gives enough scope, for the criticism of the government. The entire thing gets published in the newspaper, or it gets, they are being shown in the TVs and all that. So the government that way is criticized. Whether the government is toppled or not, that is immaterial, but the government is criticized. All right. So that is why it is called that these measures can control the government. All right. And the last is cut motion that I just told you when I told you about the control on the national purse, that is budget. That means in the parliament, during the budget session, a cut motion can be raised particularly by the opposition leaders in the Lok Sabha to slash the amount allotted to a particular department.